What's going on, Forex traders? My name is Randy Webb, and I'm going to show you guys how to successfully use the ECC-11 strategy through Vibrata, applying the high probability confirmation checklist. So let's jump right into it. Very simple. Let's get your chart set up. First of all, if you're brand new to IM Mastery Academy, you can use this either through im.center. Me personally, I like to use it through imlwebanalyzer.com. Okay, so you're going to go there, make sure you log in. And after you log in, you're going to have to choose your strategy. So make sure you come down here to this area, choose your strategy, okay? You're going to choose Dr. Kathy Kirkland's ECC-11. You can turn on the cha-ching sounds, save mobile, save settings, and then you'll be set to go. It should upload your chart automatically, okay? Upload your chart automatically to where you have the cloud settings on here. Okay, so we're not going to go over exactly what the cloud is. I just want to give you a quick tutorial about how to take a trade through the web analyzer. Okay, so first thing, we're going to make sure you have the proper settings set up. So once you have it loaded, you're going to go to here where it says Ichimoku. You're going to click on the edit button here. Make sure that you have the settings. First of all, for your style, conversion line will be red. Your baseline will be blue. Okay, you're going to make sure you go to inputs. Make sure it's 6, 13, 26, 13. Make sure you save as default. Click OK. Okay, you won't have to load that anymore. Next, off to the left here, this gives it any significant news that may be coming up. So it says for Australian dollar that the governor of Lowe will be speaking, gives the time and date, based off your local time. Okay, U.S. Consumer confidence. Okay, so next one, trade ideas. You can see that I've thrown some trade ideas today. We did a sell for GBP AUD. So you can see we did some updates. We did a sell. We did a take profit 1 and 2. They both hit. We did the update showing TP1 hit, TP2 hit. So literally, you'll get this from our web analyzer Telegram. It'll tell you if there's any type of trade idea that's provided through here. So you'll just be walking around and you hear it. Go ahead and click on it. And then you just come straight here and log into your web analyzer. All right, so now I want you to start doing some trades on your own. What we're gonna do is we have a trade EUR AUD that was called earlier. It's a pretty good setup and I like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with that. So here goes EUR AUD. So let's say you get this trade here, right? Okay, we're gonna go through 5 confirmations. You can write them down or you can find them in our group, okay? So the first step, okay, when I'm making my confirmation is I want to look at the trend. Okay, and so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with my day chart and work my way down to the 15 minutes. So I want big picture down to small picture. Now to make this a little bit simpler, your chart may not be set up like this. So I want you to go to this arrow right here. I want you to put stars next to the 5-minute, 15, 1 hour, 4 hour day chart. And you can even use the weekly as well too. I like to take a peek at that here and there. All right. Okay, this is a very nice setup happening right now. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look at the day chart. Now, what I will tell you, typically we do not trade in the cloud. Now, as you get more experience, you'll understand what this means. But what I'll tell you is every line in the Ichimoku system is significant and is treated as either a support line or a resistance line. That means if price is above a line like this, that's gonna be treated as support. Okay, so I like to just kind of box my prices. So let's just put a line there. Okay. So when price hits here, most likely price can either reverse back up like you see in here, or price can actually break through and pull back up and drop. Okay, we're not going to make any assumptions that that's going to do that. So if I want to take this trade for a sell, the most I can probably get out of this right now, I can say about 20 to 30 pips. All right, so we're going to go and check the rest of our chart now. So we're going to look at our overall trend. So day chart, it's in the cloud currently. We're going to look at our 4 hour. Wow, it's below the cloud on our 4 hours, so that's great. Okay, if we're selling, we want price to be below the cloud. If we're buying, we want price to be above the cloud. Just remember that. And also, when we're selling, we want the red line, right, our Tankinson, to be below the blue line, which is our Kenjinson. That's what matters. So if we're going to take this sell, we want to ensure the red line is also below the blue line. If it was vice versa, we would not take this trade at all. Okay, same thing for a buy. If it's for a buy, we want the red line to be above the blue line. As you can see, price stayed above our Tankinson, and once it crossed over, we would have been out of the trade here. Okay, going back into our checklist. So we've checked the day chart. It's in the cloud. We checked the 4 hour below the cloud. We're going to check our 1 hour. Wow, below the cloud, and the red line is below the blue line. That checks. We're going to check the 15-minute chart. Okay, here's a tricky one. I want you to pay attention really close. Red line is currently above the blue line. So we won't exactly enter this trade yet, but it's getting ready for us, okay? What we want is this red line to cross below the blue line before we enter, okay? That's the first step. So, but overall, our price is below the cloud. So we're going to move to our next step. Write this down. Number 2, we're going to look for our next support and resistance, or we're going to go and put a line here provided by the Webb analyzer. So I'm going to go here, this horizontal line. So make sure it's the straight line like this. Find it horizontal. And we're just going to put it somewhere close to where the price is at now. Okay, boom. And then we're going to find our entry point off to the left here. Okay, EUR AUD. We're going to look, see this 1.61774. All I'm going to do is go find this little box right here. Go to the edit gear. And I'm going to type in the exact number that it says to do on the Webb analyzer. So let's go back here. What does it say? 61774. So 161774. Okay. Click OK. Boom. That is our support and resistance line, as well as our future entry point. Okay. So what we want is price to close below this line. We want it to break, and then we want it to pull back up and retest it. Okay. So step 2 was to put the line here. Step 3, okay, write this down, pull back. We want to enter our trade after the pullback. So what we're looking for is this price to break, close. It's going to come back up, pull back up to this entry point. It's going to test it. Here's a retest. See how price broke? Retest. Boom, 1. Another retest, 2. And then price finally broke again, and then it became what? Support again, and then it broke, right? And then broke again, and then now it's doing it again. So what we want, it may consolidate, but eventually price is going to break down. So we want price to break, come back up, retest it 2 to 3 times, and we can use our 5-minute chart to do this, okay? So when price comes back up, see it's come back, it broke, coming back up and retesting this line. This is what's going to give us a tighter entry as well, using the 5-minute for our entry point, okay? All right, so number 3, pull back. Wait for 2 to 3 retests. Number 4, we're going to check our currency strength meter, which we can find at livecharts.co.uk currency strength. You can also Google that, okay? That's a part of the checklist. Number 4, we're going to check the currency strength. What we're looking for if we're going to sell, I want you to take a look at this again. EUR AUD, since we're selling, we want EUR to be weaker in strength than AUD. So we go and look at that. EUR is weaker because it has 1 bar here than AUD, which has more bars. So that meets our 4th confirmation. Our 5th confirmation is that price starts moving in the direction that we want to trade in. So obviously price is not moving there, it's moving up. But once price starts to move down, okay, into our direction, we're going to push sell because it's ready, okay? But until then, that's it. So that is our high probability confirmation checklist using the ECC-11 strategy, folks. You know, we've had a lot of success with this strategy. Thank you, Dr. K, for providing the strategy and the focus on the Ichimoku system. So many people have learned this system. It's very easy, very simple once you actually start learning it more. But if you're a beginner, I want you to follow this technique. Use your demo account until you get used to how it works. Now, understand, based off now, your stop loss, you're going to be responsible for it, but I'll give you some techniques, okay? So some people choose to use this Kendrickson, the blue line, as a stop loss line here. You can put your stop loss right above. Just know that there may be some times that price can move up, wick you out, and come back down. So it's all up to you. Just use proper risk management while you're using this product. So that's our time, folks. Let's get it. Hope you guys have a great trading success journey.